They say a wise woman builds her home, while the foolish one destroys her home with her own hands. Welcome to today's episode of Because I Can. Today I'm here to share my thoughts as always. On this channel we talk about everyday life issues, and today I'm here to share with you 5 mistakes that women make in marriage. My number one point will be ownership. Yes, I said ownership because sometimes when we get married to this man, at first you're thinking, oh, he's my husband, I own him. You just feel a certain kind of way. You don't want him to associate with any other person. You just want everything to be about you. Hey, everything cannot be about you. He married you to come and help him out with some of the challenges of his life, or just to come and move him to the next level, to come and do this life with him. He didn't marry you to come and possess him. Yes, let me say possession. There's just this, you're so possessive. You don't want him to go anywhere. You don't want him to associate with anybody. It is one of the mistakes that most women make, especially in the early days of marriage. And if there's anything that makes a man so tired of marriage, is such behavior. We have all been guilty of it. I don't know about you, but some of us have been guilty of it. We just want everything to be about us. We just, hey, you stop being a priority. It's not like you're not a priority, but after being the girlfriend, or after chasing you and going through the girlfriend level and becoming a wife, the man is about to move to the next phase of his life, to the next challenge of his life. And he needs you there as a support system to support and encourage him, not to come and make his life a living hell. And that will take me to my second point, which should be entitlement. Most women in their early marriage, they are so entitled. They feel like they deserve everything. You might deserve something, but you have to work for it. Marriage is not what you can get, it's what you can give. So don't go there thinking that you're a princess. So every good things of life that man is supposed to give to you, you are there to give him. It's a give and take kind of situation. You are also there to help him. If you think you deserve something, if you feel you are entitled to something, you should also know that your partner is also entitled to that thing as well. So if you feel entitled to love, you should be able to give love. If you feel you are entitled to be treated like a queen, you should also treat him as a king. If you want peace, then you should also give him peace. If you think that you are, since he's your husband, he's supposed to take care of your responsibilities, especially your extended family, your parents, like, let me tell you guys something. There's some mistakes that women make. When once they marry a man, they think that everything about them and their family becomes a man's responsibility. It's not true. That man marries just you. And whatever he does for your father, whatever he does for your mother, and whatever he does for your siblings, is from his acts, is from his generosity. He's just being kind. It's him just extending the love that he has for you to your family. You are not entitled to it. It's not an entitlement. So don't feel that way. Are you aware that he also has his family? And you are also supposed to help his family as much as he is helping your family. Don't come in with a spirit of entitlement. Don't let anybody deceive you. He does not owe you that much. I heard a man say, I don't need my wife, I chose him. You guys don't know how men think about this marriage thing. If you ask me at any point, it feels like they are being forced into marriage. So sometimes you just have to use wisdom. Else, that man will just turn it around and give you a shocker of your life. The third point will be familiarity. Or will I say over familiarity? Sometimes we are so familiar with our husbands. We are so So we're so used to them. We know everything about them. You know how they sleep, you know how they eat, you just know everything. You know the bad decisions they make financially. You know just about everything about them. Things that their parents don't even know about them, things that their sisters don't even know about them, things that their siblings don't even know about them. You are the only one who is privileged to know those things. So then you just want to take your husband for granted. You stop respecting him. He says something, you yell at him. He says something, what can he do? What can he do? You don't want a man to show you what he can do. He has 1,000,001 option out there, and that is not even a joke. It's not a joke. See, I grew up with the mindset like, why am I the only one who's supposed to put in the work? Why am I the only one who is supposed to put in the work? But if you look at it critically, it's like the work in marriage is left for the women to do. And then we teach our husband to do those works, to do those work as well. But we must first do those work. Then he sees the thing that you're doing. Then he copies it. If you treat him like a king, he will in turn treat you like a queen. If you treat a man with so much disrespect, even the things that he can afford for you, he just say, why do I have to stress for that lady that is so rude and disrespectful? I know that men can do a lot of things that will make you not want to respect them, just make you behave a certain kind of way, get angry and nag and yell and shout. Yes, they do. Do you want to throw them off the roof? Of course. I know a friend, when I say, how are you doing? How's your husband? I haven't killed him yet. That's what she always say. Yes, they can be so annoying, but this is a deliberate act of wanting to respect your husband. Not let familiarity bring content. Don't ever let it set in your marriage. Else you have gotten it wrong. If there's anything a man rejects, if there's anything a man rebel, if there's anything he doesn't want at all, it's disrespect. It's see finish. So whatever it takes, try to respect him. He might not deserve it. Just give it to him. That's just what I'm saying. He might not deserve it, but please give it to him. He's a head for a reason. And if you keep disrespecting the head, how can the head ever be productive? Does it do things you want to hear? Yes. Just be strong. Before you approach him, just know that anything can come out of that communication, or anything can come out of anything. So just be prepared. Make up your mind that I'm not going to react. Try as much as possible to respect your husband, no matter what. My fourth point will be communication. Most women, we don't know how to communicate. When you call your husband, when you want to communicate with him, you are not there to order him. You are not there to project something, like you're not there to tell him what to do. You are there for him to say reasons with you. So you should sound like one. You should also act like one. Once you go there to shop, see, when I talked about disrespect, a woman who is disrespectful, a man is not even interested to have a communication with you, because he knows how it's going to end. He knows how you're going to start yelling, insulting him. So he would never be in the mood of communication with you. So before you communicate, make sure you communicate respectfully, and make sure you communicate with the intention of listening. Don't come with your mind prepared about something before you come and communicate with him, so that whatever the man explains to you, it still doesn't go down well with you. Come with the intention of trying to resolve something. Don't come fighting, because it's going to be a waste of time if you come fighting. Whatever you call the meeting for, whatever you call to be discussed, will not be resolved. You are still going to go back being bitter and being sad. You don't want to go through your marriage life being so frustrated and being unhappy. Learn how to communicate. Learn how to communicate with love. Correct with love. Explain with love. Whatever you're doing, just the way you want your partner to do it to you. Don't come yelling. Please. I know exactly, I have made some of these mistakes and it did not lead me anywhere. And I decided to learn these things that I'm discussing with you guys today. Do they deserve to be nice to them all the time? Capital no. Do they deserve the respect all the time? No. But it's an intentional something. It's something that I say, whether he deserves it or not, I'm going to give it to him. Because I need peace in my home. What can my husband do? What can my husband do? Hey, you don't want to know what a man can do, trust me. He's going to send a shiver down your spine. Don't take a man for granted. A man moves on like nothing happened. They move on so quickly. It's not the same like a lady. I'm not saying you should manage a bad relationship. I'm saying if you have a good man, don't be out there stressing him unnecessarily. Most men can be managed, but it is because we do not understand the kind of people that we are married to. That is why we have issues with them every now and then. Take out time to study your husband. If he says something that you don't understand, call him. Say, this thing that you say, is this what you mean? He might just have a different perspective to what you have in mind. Don't just go and carry a burden for nothing. Learn how to communicate. And please, and if you're doing that, do it with love in your heart. My 5th point will be comparison. Nothing comes out of that. Comparing your husband to any other man out there, it does not end well. Don't let even another married woman deceive you. My husband is this, my husband does this, my husband. You are not in their home. Don't compare and do not complain to anybody. If there's any, see, that is one of the biggest lessons I have learned in my entire married life. And don't complain to anybody about your family, or especially about your husband. If there's anyone you must complain to, it must be God. Him alone. And if there's something I always say, God, you say the hearts of kings are in your hands and you wave it to any direction that you want. But immediately God hears that from me, he knows I'm about to say something about my husband. Telling to any other person, complaining about your husband to any other person just doubles the problem in the house. It triples it. Because for everyone that you complain to, tells him a different version of something that you told him. Instilling him more evil in his heart towards you. Nobody, not your mother, not your father, not your in-laws, nobody is worth complaining about your husband to. And when it comes to comparison, what you see, you're just, whatever you're comparing to is just what you think you know. Do you really know that friend's husband of yours? Do you really know him? Or you're just, whatever you're reacting to is what you think you know. You don't really know him. And whatever that woman is telling you about her husband is what she wants you to hear. Is the way that she wants you to perceive her husband. Don't get me wrong. Some women, whatever they say about their husband is the truth. But that is your own husband. Deal with him. He has his own good side too. Focus on the good side. Don't spend time focusing on the negative side of your husband. It won't take you anywhere. Focus on the positive side and learn how to deal with the parts that does not go so well with you. I don't know about every other person, but marriage, the most important thing for me in marriage is peace. And we all know that if our husbands are not happy, we can't be here saying we are a happy wife. You can't be a happy wife when your husband is sad. Do all it takes to bring peace and harmony to your home. Like they say, a good wife keeps her home, and the foolish one destroys her home with her own hands. Always apply wisdom when it comes to your husband, and ask of that wisdom from He that gives it all in abundance to you, which is God. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next episode.